Welcome to SVG-TV News for Friday, September 13th, 2024. I am Rochelle Batiste with the details. The Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment is continuing its work to reduce the number of reported dengue fever cases in the country. Chief Health Promotions Officer Shanika John on the radio today emphasized the importance of not self-diagnosing. John urged people to get tested for the mosquito-borne illness to ensure proper treatment and management.
We're seeing a drop, but we're not too certain whether it's an indication of proper information being shared so people can detect and understand the symptoms that they're experiencing. So far, we still have one confirmed death and one suspected that we're still under investigation with. It's one too many, but at the same time, we're still within a particular range that we're still very extremely grateful. So as school is open, we've been monitoring the situation clearly. I must say that the schools have been very cooperative with us, giving us an opportunity to talk to the PTAs, the principals, the teachers, etc. And I must say that the information is definitely sharing. The officers at the health promotion unit, we have been going day and night with regards to the education, and we've been supported as well with the community nursing team at the district level, and our vector control officers and their team continue to do their efforts. Our lab has been doing all of their testing and the content. It's a whole, we have not stopped what we're doing. We're just very much more alert, but we're grateful to see that some of the numbers are going down. But Johnny, this does not mean that we drop the ball. This does not mean that we say, all right, numbers dropping, this is it. We still encourage persons to turn over their stagnant waters, pay attention to how you store water. And the campaign that we've been using from the health promotion standpoint is do your part. So the team at the Ministry of Health, we will do our part. We'll ensure that we have test kits. We'll ensure that the fogging and the source reduction is being done. But we need your help to also do your part.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines will join the rest of the region tomorrow, Saturday, September 14, 2024, in observing Caribbean Wellness Day. Caribbean Wellness Day is one of the region's responses to the threat posed by non-communicable diseases, NCDs. The day was conceptualized by the heads of government of the Caribbean Community CARICOM and is an integral part of the Port of Spain Declaration. The idea was formalized in Port of Spain, Trinidad and Tobago on September 15, 2007 during a special regional summit on chronic non-communicable diseases, NCDs. Since that meeting, member states have actively sought to raise awareness of the threat of NCDs posed to health, well-being, and the development gains of their societies. Caribbean Wellness Day, observed annually on the second Saturday of September, aims to raise awareness about addressing NCDs under the theme Power Through Collective Action. Chief Health Promotions Officer in the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment, Shanika John, stated that this is the last year the team will be used after being introduced in 2020. The sub-team for this year is Good Health, It's All Right.
And this particular sub-team really emphasizes the right to healthy, supportive environment, ensuring that we have effective public health policies in place and access to quality healthcare services, affordability of healthcare services as well, and accurate information about good health and wellness being disseminated to the public. So essentially, that's really what that sub-team Good Health Is All Right is focusing on.
John noted that across the region, countries observe Caribbean Wellness Day with special activities aimed at empowering people to make informed decisions about their health.
This is no strange task or objective to us. Every day, from the Ministry of Health standpoint, we encourage Vincentians, we encourage those different target groups that it's time to make a decision about your health, and we're advocating for that to be a good decision. We also try to raise an awareness about the importance of collaboration and how those that we collaborate with within the Ministry of Health can positively influence health and strengthen our community action. And we've seen it a lot with Rotary, with Lions Club. I mean, we've done significant work with Janelle Allen at Rotary, the Lions Club, with all of the private entities as well. We have World Pediatric Program. So these are all different avenues of which we have collaborated to strengthen our scope for community action as well. One of the things that we also try to promote, or that the day itself tries to promote, is providing supportive environment for communities in various settings to make healthy lifestyle choices easier. And we have been advocating for this for years, especially in our workspaces, in our schools, in our communities. How can we carve out different initiatives, different activities, different programs that would help and encourage people to continue to make healthy lifestyle choices?
For the 2024 celebration of Caribbean Wellness Day, John added the focus will be on healthcare workers and public servants under the slogan, "Good health is your right."
Because a lot of times, Johnny, what happens is that we advocate and continue to advise our patients and those that we come in contact with to make healthy choices. But do we really make healthy choices? Do we really put ourselves in positions to access the screening that is available to our patients, but it's also available to us? So if you do a quick round table and you ask our healthcare workers, and when I say healthcare workers, I mean all category. I'm talking nurses, pharmacists, I'm talking administrative, I'm talking technical staff, I'm talking about our lab staff, I'm talking male attendants, female attendants, I'm talking our ambulance drivers, I'm talking our drivers at administrative level. When was the last time you took some time for yourself, for your health? When was the last time you did your pap smear? When was the last time you did your PSA? When was the last time you checked your blood pressure, your blood sugar? Do you know that you can access the A1C that we advocate for Vincentians, for older persons or persons who are diabetic? And you better believe, Johnny, that we do have persons within our healthcare system who are also have pre-existing conditions. How are you managing? How are you coping with those conditions while still offering care?
Tomorrow, Saturday, September 14, 2024, there will be a social media launch for a health fair to be held on Thursday, September 21st at Victoria Park. This event will target healthcare workers offering essential services and will also extend services to the public. NCDs are the leading cause of deaths in St. Vincent and the Grenadines across the region and globally. In other local news now, we hear that opposition senator of the New Democratic Party, Chevron John, has expressed her satisfaction that some farmers are finally receiving support from the government. She noted that for some time, this is the first time they have received assistance since the 2021 volcanic eruption. Speaking on the NDP New Times program on Nice Radio yesterday, John emphasized that many farmers in the North Windward constituency are deserving of this long overdue support.
Volcanic eruption to now, which is close to four years. It has been that dry period. So they were really looking forward for this support a long time. But we know it is coming now because the election season is around and they're trying now to gain as much as possible, gain back that trust. But people know them. People know that these things are only being distributed because the election is around. And after that, they're going to starve again, you know? But I am saying here, but the New Democratic Party from day one has been calling on this government to give the people what they rightfully deserve. And not only in agriculture, in housing. You have heard VP Nature talked about housing, and many times his questions would be directed to the Minister of Housing and how much they can give to support the people in the communities.
John believes that more could have been done. She pointed out that many people in North Windward are still waiting for assistance to repair their homes following damage from the eruption.
People suffered and they are still suffering from the effects of the volcanic eruption. If you go into the constituency of North Windward, yes, we know some houses were being built there. All right? Thanks to the donors who did that. We know Mustic Charitable Trust did a lot, and there was this organization from Trinidad that built the 27 in Orange Hill there. Thanks to them. But the people who are still in their homes, they have to contend with the rusted roofs from since 2021, right? And they have to now be pushing their beds from one end of the room to the next when it is raining, because the rusted roof, the ash, it started, the holes are now being placed in there because of the rust, and it starts eating out. So you see the holes there.
Senator John also highlighted concerns raised by some citizens about the timing of the distribution of aid, suggesting that the timing is being questioned.
Is unbelievable, because we know our people in our communities and we know their plight. And this is something that could have been done a long time. The government received the monies to help our people. And I said to the people, the government received the money to help every one of you. No strings attached. And they're not doing you a favor. This is what the monies came for, and it should have been already done. But again, now we see the hustle, because again, the election season is coming soon. And we are seeing the hustle now where house roofs are being changed, and the influencers of the government within the communities are telling the people, we're changing your house roof for you, so you know what you have to do. And I said to the people, you really know what you have to do.
And the police here have launched an investigation into a shooting incident in Paul's Avenue, Kingston today that resulted in one man's death. The deceased has been identified as Paul's Avenue resident Joansa Sanga Fraser. Reports indicate that a lone gunman disguised as a woman entered a shop just before 2 p.m. and fired multiple shots at Fraser. The gunman reportedly fled the scene, leaving behind a wig on the street. Fraser was pronounced dead at the Milton Cater Memorial Hospital. Our news team reports that angry residents of Paul's Avenue have criticized the police for allowing the gunman to escape. Some residents who spoke off camera described the shooting as brazen, noting that many people were sitting close by on a bench at the time. The residents also pointed out that surveillance cameras in the area could aid investigators in solving the crime. Today, Fraser was featured in one of the weekly newspapers for a back-to-school donation drive he had organized. Fraser had previously survived several attempts on his life, including shootings in 2017 and 2022. His twin brother, Lamont Dutchy Hector, and 4 others were gunned down in Kingston on July 19, 2023. Those killings remain unsolved. And hours after today's shooting incident, the police issued a wanted person bulletin. The bulletin states the Major Crime Unit of the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force is seeking the public's assistance in identifying and locating an adult male captured on CCTV footage in connection with a homicide investigation. The bulletin did not specify whether the homicide is related to today's shooting incident. The police have requested that if you can identify the individual or know of his whereabouts, you should contact the police emergency numbers at 911 or 999, the Major Crime Unit at 1784-45-71211, extension 4876 or 4877, or any police station or officer you are comfortable speaking with. The police assure that all information received will be treated with the highest level of confidentiality. Now we hear that Vincentian youth development expert Dr. Andrew Simmons, who once led the National Youth Council here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, is calling for the council to be re-established. Speaking recently at the award ceremony for GEMS, an environmental organization, Dr. Simmons expresses concern about the formation of the Prime Ministerial Youth Advisory Council.
A disgrace, a serious disgrace in St. Vincent, that people like us came out of the National Youth Council. National Youth Council produced some of the tops of the tops. And now we have a generation that is faced with problems. A generation that needs every help whatsoever. We turn our head against them. And we set it up, advisory committee to the Prime Minister. We don't need that. We need a national youth council. And I think that is something that we really need to put our effort and put our energy. You know, why we continue to rob our next generation of, you know, all these benefits that we, you know, this generation, that people in our generation experience. We can't do that. We're wicked people.
Dr. Simmons noted that while the Advisory Council plays a role, he believes the National Youth Council offers a more grassroots and empowering platform for young people. He emphasized the importance of youth leadership, stating that with the right direction, young people can accomplish significant things for the nation.
I know we have the problems, I know we have challenges and so on, but we as a people have to rise up and look beyond these challenges. We have to look at what are the issues that we face, what are the problems that we encounter, and how can we work together as a people to address these problems. And the fact that we're having this award ceremony, it is recognition that we have people in the communities with the capacity who can solve all the various problems and challenges that we face.
Several members of GEMS were also part of the original National Youth Council, which was established under the opposition New Democratic Party government more than 5 decades ago. One GEMS member fondly recalled the experience of being a part of the council in their youth and echoed Dr. Simmons' sentiment, stating that it is crucial for the council to be re-established to give youth a stronger voice in national development.
Now we talk about reviving the National Youth Council, which I think is very important because the National Youth Council always had an independent voice. The National Youth Council is not really formed by government, it is formed by individuals. And therefore, we ourselves need to see to it that we get the National Youth Council formed.
The Prime Ministerial Youth Advisory Council was formed in October 2023 and reportedly has over 200 members to date. The curtains came down today on the 2024 week of activities hosted by the Department of Adult and Continuing Education, DAS, which seeks to celebrate the transformative power of adult education here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. An art and craft exhibition marked the conclusion of the week's activities, with the work of DAS participants showcased outside the Postal Corporation Department in the capital, Kingstown. In an interview with SVG-TV News, Senior Education Officer Desiree Richards said that the art and craft exhibition is just one aspect of the services they offer. Richards highlighted that DAS tends to attract a significant number of participants due to the free services provided.
In essence, the exhibitors are actually members of the adult ed family. So we have our in-house craft artisans, and we have persons who would have been trained by adult ed who have businesses now. We also have those who are actually instructors for adult ed. So they are associated with the department in some way or another, either from internally or externally, but however, family members. We offer all a variety of skills, those male-oriented, those we can consider to be both male and female, and of course female. So our reach is very far for our adults, and the category of adults, not just simply adults, but we are grassroots in that our focus is for the vulnerable, the marginalized and the unemployed, or I would add underemployed.
Richards further explained that they assist participants in various skill areas, including art and craft, which reflect local talent and culture.
So the numerous items date back to way back when, like the pottery and so on. So they reflect from whence we came. The basket, we go way back to when we had our centers across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But though we do not have those centers, Adult Ed is keeping that part of culture alive. So we have the batik, you have basketry, you have pottery, you have bamboo craft, you name it. And they are all part and parcel of our origin. So in answering your questions, just the items, the craft items reflect from the beginning, and then we have current, more recent type of items like earrings and key rings and so on, made from coconut shells and that sort of thing. So it covers a wide range, not just way back in time, but current in terms of what folks desire. You have the fans, and now we need fans even more because of the heat that we have.
Tomisha Dean, a teacher at the Chumaka Government School, has shared her inspiring journey from being a pregnant student to becoming a dedicated educator, crediting the adult and continuing education program for helping her achieve her goals. Like many young women, Dean faced life-altering challenges while pursuing her education. She became pregnant while still in school, which caused her to attend classes inconsistently. Despite her best efforts, she was only able to pass 3 C-Sec subjects on her first attempt. Determined not to let her circumstances define her, Dean sought advice and was referred to the Adult and Continuing Education Program. This opened doors to new opportunities, allowing her to attain 7 additional C-Sec subjects and pursue further studies as a student teacher at the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College Division of Teacher Education.
I did about 7 subjects with the Adult and Continuing Education program, and then from there I applied for college, Teachers College. Okay, it was not really what I expected. The workload was very heavy, and then traveling from Sandy Bay to Villa was a little challenge too, because, you know, tired and all of that. Yeah, that got to me. But I still pushed through.
Dean urges others who have experienced setbacks to take a leap of faith and invest in their education through DAS and similar programs, emphasizing that with determination and support, success is possible.
I did social studies, HSB, I think integrated science, physical education, Spanish. Yeah, I got grade 2s and grade 3s. I would encourage others to make that step. It's not the end of the world, whatever problems you face up to. If you have to stop school or anything like that, there's always a chance to get back on track, further your studies, and you can follow your dreams.
Teachers and parents are being encouraged to help students develop a sense of motivation. This advice comes from health psychologist Dr. Josel Miller, who spoke about both external and internal motivation on NBC Radio Face-to-Face program on Thursday. Dr. Miller explained that internal motivation focuses on personal growth, while external motivation involves doing something to avoid negative reactions or to earn a reward. Dr. Miller noted that most people tend to rely on external motivation, but emphasized the importance of fostering internal motivation, which promotes a deeper personal development and inner growth. Miller also shared several ways in which teachers and parents can provide the tools and support necessary to help students develop internal motivation.
As a teacher, you have to engage with relevant content. Now we know that we have the curriculum and the syllabus, and every teacher will put together their lesson plan. One of the things that is very important is to try now to match what is going on within the classroom with external things in the real world. So there's a connection that they're making. Differentiate instruction. So you have to tailor your teaching methods to accommodate different learning styles and abilities.
You have to be mindful enough to see the difference. And
see the difference, exactly.
Well.
That's important. Foster a positive classroom environment.